You're in the beginning phases of launching your cleaning business, and now you have to answer the most important question. And that is, do you want to start small or do you want to start big? Do you want your average customer to pay you around $700-800 per month? Or do you want your average client to be paying you five, six, or even $7,000 per month? Now, that may sound obvious to a lot of folks, but you may be thinking, yeah, dude, obviously I want this, but shouldn't I start here and get my experience first before I target the cream of the crop clients? Well, that's what this video is for. I am going to get you prepared to make that decision because, like I said, make no mistake about it, this is the most important decision you can make in the very beginning. And that's what customers you want to build your business around. So this video is something that I'm like, I have to get this thing out. I see a lot of people, I get emails all the time. People are like, oh Mike, I want to go high ticket. I want to get larger clients. But there's a list of reasons in their brain that is ultimately getting in the way of them getting started. So no edits on this video. And also, pardon me, I am working through a little bit of a throat situation here, but I'm here for you anyway because I want you to make the right decision. So let's get into it. If you're kind of new to me, I've only done commercial exclusively. I've been in this game over a decade as an owner, but even before that, I spent a lot of time in my uncle's cleaning business. For him, he built his business around a lot of churches in the New York City area, and that's all I've ever known. Now, personally, I have had almost every type of client you could possibly have in the commercial cleaning space. Clients that have paid as little as $70, where we would do a clean once per month in a small accounting office, or clients as big as $42,000 per month. Massive, massive location. I highly don't recommend that one, but I'm saying, so I've had everything in between. Gyms, churches, tons of car dealerships, plenty of medical, schools, etc. I've had all the small ones and I've had plenty of the big ones. And I'm telling you something right now. Not only is the math smarter, working with less clients who pay you a lot more, but everything else gets easier too. Like, legitimately. The fact that you're working with less clients who pay you more, obviously that's going to feel incredible, right? Because just think about it. If you have 6 clients paying you $5,000 per month, your cleaning business is doing $30,000 per month. $30,000, right? Take 40% of that. That's yours. Like, whoa. 6 people. Essentially, you have 6 clients to just make sure they stay happy and the dream continues, right? You keep going. You keep collecting a big check every month. On the opposite side, on the contrary, to hit that $30,000 mark, let's say if your average customer was $1,000, 30 offices, 30 people to keep happy, 30 locations to think about, 30 locations to consider. If you're watching this and you have a residential cleaning business, you know what I'm talking about. You have tons of houses, tons of people. Mostly a lot of people just getting started in this phase are just getting into business, but a lot of people also come to us, they're in the residential space, and because they know they've hit this ceiling at $20,000 because it just becomes chaotic. And that's why I always tell people who haven't started, I know it sounds counterintuitive. I know it sounds like, well, why don't I just start small because it's safe? I'm telling you right now that that's a trap. There's no benefit. There's no true benefit that I can see other than confidence. Now, there are some cases in which I'll work with somebody and my team will just say, okay, this person has made it up in their mind. They just have to get one deal under their belt. They just want to see what it feels like. They want to get that W. If that's the case, I totally understand that. Like, excuse me, if you get your first account and let's say it's in the ballpark of $800, right? One time, let's say that's probably bi-weekly, 2 cleans per month. So let's say, or maybe like 3 cleans per month. But anyway, let's just say you're like, okay, this is cool. Like I just want that one W, just that one victory. Okay, like I totally get the use case there. But other than that, anything after that is honestly a waste. Now again, I totally understand the lack of confidence, but I want to put you at ease about something. When I landed my first high ticket client, my previous experience, even with a franchise, my largest account was $2,000 per month. So this idea that one day I would land, my first big client would be a Mercedes-Benz and make $6,800 per month, it seemed like fantasy to me. It seemed like, well, I would never get an account like this. I'm small potatoes. Nobody would ever come to us for this need. Only the big time, the cleaning tycoons in the area, they get these accounts. Do you know what I realized? Nonsense. Certified baloney, homie. That's not true at all. If anything, the franchises will go after these accounts, but they'll often underbid so much that they kind of make a joke out of themselves. Now, I got much respect for franchises because that's where I started. So I don't mean to be mean-spirited when I say that at all. What I mean is the model in itself, there's a lot of underbidding that happens there. Anyone who owns a franchise, I'm pretty sure will back me up on that, because it just hasn't been my experience. It's been my experience of just talking to countless people over the last decade in my own experiences and also coaching. You see people all the time that are just like, dude, the franchise life, it's crazy. Like on paper, it sounds good. They get your clients, but you're constantly in debt. So that high ticket client, it would be way less for a franchise. And that's why they don't tend to want to work with franchises. These high ticket clients, they're over that. They want fresh blood. They want people who can deliver, not just cleaning. They want people who can deliver on good recruiting, because that means they're going to have great people in their space. You know what else they want? They want people who know how to communicate. They want people who could, really understand how to deliver great customer service. For once in their life, they just want to be able to pick up their phone, call the cleaning provider, and just say, hey, we had a party in our back clubhouse room. Like, would your team take care of that? There's a lot of extra pizza boxes. And then you pick up the phone and say, absolutely, I will put it out to my team and I'll let them know that there's extra pizza boxes. We'll 100% take care of it. Does that sound good? That sounds amazing. Hey, also, before you go, how's everything going on the cleaning side? Everything is going great. You guys are doing an excellent job. All right, thank you so much. Boom, that's it. You may think that that's nothing, but for these clients, that is everything. They are tired of getting all these promises by all these big time cleaning providers and they don't deliver. Because to tell you the truth, what I've noticed is a lot of these big time cleaning companies, like I'm talking about the 1 and 2 sharks in your area, they tend to put their focus much more on the huge, gigantic contracts, like the arenas, the stadiums, the large, government contracts. They tend to put all their focus on those huge buildings in the cities, and that's where they're focused. So you're essentially competing with the mom and pop cleaning companies of the world. And I got to tell you something, those folks they did not optimize their business to be a business as much as it is a hustle. And that comes across in their marketing. So you, as a beginner, you get to come into this market and you get to penetrate this market. Like you get to make a little bit of a wave just by being the end all be all to a few hundred people, the right people in your area. That's why, my friend, there is no reason for you to start small. You not going right to accounts that can pay you $5,000 per month. Let me put you at ease. There's accounts paying, like I said, $40,000, $80,000 per month, like $1 million cleaning contracts. You don't want those, not anytime soon. So don't look at $5,000 to $10,000 like it's a lot of money. It's not. These are buildings where they've already dedicated the spend, and they want to protect their investment. You have the ability to help them do that. So go right for it. You are going to be grateful. There is no worst case scenario here. There's no difference between a $600 per month account and a $6,000 per month account. That's the truth. You're not going to hear that in a lot of places, but that is the truth. There is no difference. There's just more cleaning involved, but everything else is the exact same at that level. Now, if you want to get this done without the guesswork, if you want to skip the trial and error, if you want help, my team and I can build everything out for you, put you in a position where it is highly unlikely that you won't succeed pretty quickly right out of the gate. If that sounds interesting to you, click the first link under this video. I also have some awesome resources if you DM me resources on Instagram. I'll hook you up with a couple things as well. But if that's not your speed either, watch this video right here because I think this is really going to give you a good perspective. Go over there. I'll see you soon.